bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Alright everybody, I'm just going to have a little chat with you today about actually coming to Thailand. The good and the bad about it. First of all, I'll tell you one thing. Don't take no notice of anybody on YouTube or Facebook about the requirements for coming into Thailand. I'll tell you one thing is go onto an official government website and get the information from them whenever you want to come across, because I'll tell you something now, things change here every 5 minutes. I can tell you one thing and next minute it'll change. It changed. I come across here in April, so I've been across here since April. I come across on the certificate of entry, and I got my visa sorted out when I were across here. So I had a 30-day exemption visa, which was up to 45 days because I went into 15 days quarantine. But just to show you what it's like, I went into 15 days quarantine when I got here. Then halfway through the 15 days, they decided to change it to 10 days. Which, well, it's a bit of a bummer actually, because I didn't get my money back for the 5 days. I got some back for the hotel, but for the rest of it, like the quarantine side of things, I didn't get that back. So anyway, so that's by the by. Well, that will be in April. So things have changed a hell of a lot since then. Like I said, things are changing every 5 minutes. As from November, everything is supposed to have opened up a little bit better. They scrapped the certificate of entry, and you need what's called a Thailand pass to come here. Now, I know a lot of people has been a lot of trouble trying to download this pass, because I believe that there's been that many people trying to download this pass. I think the site crashed and all that for the first few days, so they were having a bit of problems. But one thing is, when you come across here, you need to be double vaccinated. I believe at the minute now you need to have a PCR test before you fly. You have to show that you've downloaded this Thailand pass, and you also have to have a quarantine hotel. I believe that's wherever you're coming from. If you're coming into Bangkok, you have to get a quarantine hotel in Bangkok. If you're flying into Phuket, you have to buy a hotel for quarantine in Phuket. Anyway, but so that's it. But you have to have that as well. The reason for that is they give you another quarantine test when you're here, PCR test when you're here. So and that takes the day, so that's your day in the hotel. Now, if that's okay, well, that's fair enough. You can actually go the rest of your business in Thailand. That's no problem at all. If it's not okay, you ship straight to either a quarantine hotel or you go back to your own country. That's all there is to it. Now, the good things, if you come in here long term and you don't mind stopping a day in one of them quarantine hotels, that is fine, and everything's okay, say PCR tests and everything's fine, that's great. Because once you're in, if you're here for the long haul, Thailand's quite good at the minute because everything is so cheap. The hotels are like 50% off and everything. Like the beaches are super clean. There's not many tourists here, so everything is spotless. Now the downside is there's not a lot of places that are open in the actual tourist places. That you can go to the beaches like Peepy Island, everything like that, and they're dead. And because they're dead, there's not a lot of like restaurants and things like that open. But like I said, the places that are open, they're trying to get people in, and they're giving away big discounts. So that's it. But don't expect it to be the same as what it were if you've been over to Thailand before, because that's not happening. You'll find a lot of beach places that things are quite devastated. A lot of things are shuttered up and a lot of things have shut down. And until it gets back to normal, which is going to be, I reckon, quite a long time. I don't think until next year really, because obviously it's a catch-22 situation. If people are coming in, that's fair enough, but you still need to train all the staff and everything like that again. The staff need to come back from wherever they've gone over there. A lot of people have gone home and everything like that, so a lot of people have to be retrained. The places have to be cleaned up and everything like that. And if they can't afford these because there's no people here, well then it's like a catch-22 situation, isn't it? Unless they get the people in, they can't do that. And unless things open up and things like that, and the money's coming in, it's gonna be gradual to get the people back. It's going to be gradual. It's a catch-22 situation. It's not going to open. It's not going to happen overnight, to tell the truth. It's not at all. And things have just got to open up gradually. You've just got to take it as it comes. Another downside is that a lot of bars and things like that are not open. At the minute, you're allowed to have alcohol with your food, but it's only until certain time now. I'm not quite sure what the time is now, but I think it's 10 o'clock at night now. I think they changed it after November 1st, but they're trying to make it longer after December. That's if everything is okay, but I'll tell you something now. If we do have any surges or anything like that, things will get shut down overnight. And another thing is, what you might not like is that you have to wear a face mask everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. If you're on a motorbike, even by yourself, in the middle of nowhere, you have to wear a face mask, which is a bit of a chore. It's a very big chore. It is for me anyway, but it's a big chore for anybody coming across on holiday, having to wear a face mask for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks or ever how long you're stopping. So it is a big thing. But anyway, we'll cut this video now. We'll cut it down now and we'll stop. But if you come to Thailand, you'll see that things have changed a hell of a lot. It's not the same as what it used to be before. It's going to take time. That. And if you get here without no bother, you'll find that the beaches are lovely and clean. The hotels are very cheap. You still can get alcohol, but it's only until a certain time at night. But the negative parts is that you've got to pay extra for a SHQ hotel for a night in quarantine. You've got to pay extra for your PCR tests. And you've got to make sure that they are negative, because if they are negative, you're shipped off straight to an hospital. So another thing is that you've got to wear the face mask. So, but if you can put up with things like that and you get here and you can travel around, well then, everybody, welcome to Thailand, because it is, no doubt about it, it is a beautiful place. The people are so friendly. The places are lovely. There's some beautiful mountains, some lovely beaches, some lovely scenery, and everything like that all over, and the food is delicious. But anyway, I'm going to end this now. Have a good trip if you're coming to Thailand. Goodbye.